Has there
But
been anything that you've felt really strongly about and then slowly or quickly flipped the way the side you were on?
yeah, I mean, when COVID first went down, I just jumped on board. I got a mask. I was wearing a mask while like grocery shopping and wiping down my groceries. That's what they said to do. But it took about 2 weeks for me to flip sides on that. So by end of March 2020, I flipped completely. And just
That's
decided to live
interesting.
my life.
I feel like it took me quite a bit longer, and mostly it was just that I wasn't that engaged. I was really enjoying here there were no cars on the street, and I was like, I could just ride down the middle of the street on my bike, and it's like I was like, I like it when people aren't out
Yeah.
harassing me.
Yeah, I my brain works in a particular way where like I'll retain a lot of information, and it's like every detail will pop up when something all of a sudden doesn't fit in the story I've been telling. So it only takes one small piece of evidence that I'm like, wait, that doesn't fit in this. Like something feels off about that. And then
Mm.
I cannot help myself. I will go down like a week-long rabbit hole of barely sleeping, like to the point that like I mean, it's the ADD side of me. It's when I hyper focus on things that I'm interested in. And like my husband will have to come out and be like, babe, I need to warn you, you need to sleep. Like, like it's 4 a.m. right now. You're scrolling on your phone. Or like there was one night that I actually got into bed and I was like wide awake and I had to get back up out of bed because I could not sleep and I could not stop thinking about things. And so I was reading books that were coming out and like older books on corruption in specific industries that were making the choices. And within a week, I was just like, nope, like something's off here. And I'm not saying that the virus wasn't real, that people aren't getting hurt. My aunt-in-law died of COVID. And so I get people's fear. And I also became very sure of corruption, and I still lean that way. If I had to bet on it, that's where I lean. But like I said, right now I'm stepping back and it there's only so much you can do by following a trail of a specific belief. And so I had to come back and realize, well, what can I do? And I know that all change is done based on my vibration, and going dark into the rabbit hole and like surrounding myself with all these what ifs and this is what they're pushing towards and this is what could be. I don't know that for sure at all. As much evidence as I've found, I have to remind myself that I don't know that for sure. And so now the last few months, especially, I've just been focused on that vibration. And I also don't ever want people to think that I am against them because of what they believe. And I have a lot of family members that I love that are completely on the opposite side. And I hate the division that has happened with so many people in the past few years. So I've also been, I've taken it as my stance to kind of be a bridge and help people find acceptance within beliefs and acceptance of what is currently happening and all of
Yeah,
that. So
what do you do with that? Do you just like not talk about the things that you're going to fight about, or what's your approach?
I have a little mental conversation with myself of reminding myself that I don't know what is 100%. So I have to start there. Like, do I know, as Byron Katie says, is that true? Can you absolutely know that that's true? And when it comes down to everything, no, I can't. Remind myself that I'm likely not going to change somebody else's mind. So do I want to get into an argument right now, or do I want to use this as a learning moment for myself? And so I like to come at things with curiosity, because the thing is in the beginning, when I had all these beliefs and I'm in a way thinking I'm not, but actually am, kind of pushing them on somebody else, or being like, no, just see this. If you knew everything that I knew, if you uncovered everything I knew, you would see the way that I see. But why am I invested in that? Number one, what is that going to do for me? Like, what am I really going to change the world one person's opinions at a time? Likely not. Usually what happens is I know that people have presented evidence for me, when I'm really set in my ways and they present evidence that goes against that, and it's real solid evidence, I'm a very open-minded person and I will eventually sway. But my first reaction is resistance, because it's threatening to my belief system, which is my reality. And so understanding that's how somebody else is going to perceive it, how can I have this conversation without an agenda? How can I have this conversation without creating resistance in somebody else? Because that's not the energy that I wish to spread. And so now I ask a lot of questions. I still will share things on my own or have my beliefs. Maybe it'll crack mine, maybe it won't, but I have found that I am a happier person when I seek to understand why somebody believes something rather than seeking to change what they believe. And it just makes it a lot more bearable to be in a world full of different beliefs when that's the goal instead of the opposite.
Hey friend, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this particular clip, then I have something else I want to tell you about, which is the League of Superconductors. It's a business mastermind that I run to elevate the greatest change makers of our time. That is people that I like to call quantum entrepreneurs, metaphysical, spiritual teachers, healers, coaches, light workers of different types. And this is a year-long business mastermind starting in May of 2022. So if that's the type of thing that you're looking for, if you're looking to better fuel your mission by having a business that brings in all the abundance you're looking for, that both operates at the 3D level, serving the people of Earth, and at a multi-dimensional level, bringing in all of the higher wisdom and experience that you have access to. That's what we're doing. So if that sounds like something for you, then you can check out the link below, read a little bit more about the program, what we do each month, and I also invite you to apply for a call with me, a strategy session. We can get to know each other. I'll coach you a little bit, and you can decide if that might be the exact thing that you've been looking for. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.